cold? Not too bad? Mm. No, no, no. No, I'm good. I'm fine. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Yeah. Now we do the meditation, okay? I want to just keep your body just relax. Then visualization from front you or the Buddha's images. Just looks like hundreds, thousands monks stay together. Then couple times bring in, bring out. Just makes your body and your mind relax. Now we call them mindfulness. There are 4 different ways. It's just watch your mind. Not try to stop thinking, not try to make thinking. I'm sure your mind's thinking something. You just remind awareness. What's your mind going on? Coming in, just follow that. Okay. How's it? Your mind go to everywhere? Usually, the mindfulness, there are all different ways to meditation. Then when you meditate, just keep your mind to awareness, aware what you think in your mind. Just not try to stop, not try to thinking something. Even you're very mind going to crazy, it's okay, just follow that. Just follow that, Sometimes our mind's very busy, just follow that. If sometimes your mind's very angry, it's okay. Just remind, aware, you get mad. But it will go slowly go away, not stuck one object always. We're going to relax slowly, then training our mind. Therefore, Buddhism is the method of the transform our mind. Keep our mind for more peace, more relaxed. Therefore, it doesn't get the result very soon. Maybe it takes eons, maybe a couple of lifetimes. Or maybe you can get a couple of weeks. Maybe a couple of days. It's too soon. If they're easy now, everyone become enlightened. It's not easy. Everyone just try, but just stuck. But better than nothing. Even we put good influence. Therefore, purpose to study Buddhism is training our mind. We don't want to train our mind bad things. It's already have a lot of bad things. When we 3, 4, 5 years old, especially 2, 3 months, couple, maybe 1 year, when you're hungry, you cry. You want to go to the bathroom, you cry. Although you don't have much thinking too many things. And when we grow up, we don't know when that happens. When we grow up, all the delusion minds just appears. Whenever they meet the context, then they just show up. Because it shows we have very strong influence previous time. There was some good things also. But we have much we can more familiarized to any kind like compassion, bodhicitta, loving kindness, patience that we put input right now. Maybe we don't able to practice much as we. But when we are all the conditions come in, then they will become ripen. Okay? It takes time. But I always say, don't stop, don't rush. Okay? This is important. Therefore, we more study, more relaxed, more meditation. Just then we can get result. Everything is impermanent, not just stuck someplace. They will change. Good, bad. If you're happy one day, it's not very long. Couple of days you get mad. If you're very mad, a couple of days they go away. They will not all the time same. Just okay. Therefore, 당감도 가로. 다른 거는 로시나 야서로지. 마무리를 해야 되네. 그래서 단단한도 사람들이 싫어하는 것이 모르겠어. 아니 지금 오마 파신까지 따왔다. 사람분 나가야 돼. 저도 로데 그래.
And so this text, the presentation of paths and grounds, is very important. So it goes through all the studies, even if we are doing the perfection studies or the the middle way study, we have to go through these all paths.
And the Tanya Chiba and Ganga Tanya Chibares.
So the terminology, is all same.
Cheta and Tambo and Gado Yapo, Jetsutoina, and Mother Mohamed Yapo Chan was.
So this terminology, that's used here in this text is the same, that's used in other higher texts like the perfection text and the middle way text. So if you have this one basis, good basis of this one, then later when you study that, it becomes much easier. You become more familiar.
Cheta Dig shared the Kanjin Tanginju Shetabi Jila Shagures, Ninju Mashiv Hela Keshagumanama.
So the path and ground starts after one has generated renunciation. So we're not talking about a path and ground before generating renunciation. We're talking about after having generated renunciation.
That Tendigi and Talam the Kandi Tanya Kandi Yore, and it's Tanga Kandi Yore, and it's so like Chichuka Kari was.
And so this path, once you have generated the renunciation, then you enter into the path. So then after that, what kind of paths you go through? What are the names of the paths? What are the categories and levels and all these things that you go through until you achieve liberation or enlightenment.
제장도 강바디나도 왔나 우리가 고니가 가진 되고 시작을 말 고는 뒤사위질라 아니 나로 고치다 파도 상쇼다 티르나 찬도사를 파도나 아니 레베리오레 코텔레는 오용 그랬어.
And so just like having entered into this house, once you have entered, so we're talking about after you have entered into the house, not before having entered into the house, but after having entered into the house. Then once you come from the main door, from there, then you say, okay, you go to this way to the kitchen, this way to the bathroom, this way to the gompa, and then you explain about each of the things inside the gompa, inside the kitchen, all these things like that.
그래서 다 인주 다 인주 간이 지어서는 다 딩을랑 소리로 왔어. and 인생 그다 타왔더니 주나도 된 인주 지어발라서.
And so then how do we generate renunciation? It's just like we talked before, when we have this wish to achieve liberation throughout day and night, at that time, then we have generated the genuine renunciation.
근데 네 당연주 제발라 안에 저 안에 타외에 평한다. 고백이 님보다 타외 평해도 신고기로.
Of course, you have to have the wish to achieve liberation. In order to have that wish, you have to see the qualities, the excellent qualities of liberation, and all the bad, the adversaries or the disadvantages of the samsara.
그 단단한도 samsara 반자되어는 것도 반자되어로.
So right now, when we have no generated renunciation, we are like all, sticking, with the samsara. We're stuck with the samsara.
그래서 아는 고안 자돼야 되는 것꼭 섬거다. 당아서 간지 꼭 도고요 말어.
So we are stuck, with the samsara. Now we to separate, from that sticking.
오케이. 제가 다 연주해서 연주 제도자 다 연주 제단을 간대요나 아니 대화 전부가 연주 제단 대화 주주가 연주 제단 스타 제단 말아가 니로요 맞.
So then so you can generate the renunciation of the Hinayana path or the Mahayana path.
아니 텔라다 가서 시험 받던 대원의 대전 때문에 시작한다. 아니 지금 달람 텔라 제대로 거는 시험 말아가 니용고요 왔.
And so that we talked about last time, like in terms of the tenets, and then in terms of the vehicle, the Mahayana or Hinayana, the vehicles, right?
제다다 간도 베나 람젤라 제단 거네 베나 테메셔바이나 간지 연주젤라 제와지 샹주고 셈메바이나 아니 다 테메디 가서 테메진 남주사 장로요.
So when you generate the renunciation of the Hinayana vehicle, and then at that time you have generated the renunciation, that you have developed the wish wanting to be free from cyclic existence throughout day and night, and but you have not conjoined it with the bodhicitta. So at that time you have generated the renunciation of the Hinayana vehicle, or Hinayana path.
또 저한테는 연주시 검다서 연주시 검다서.
So right now, can you try to meditate on renunciation?
오케이. 담보 샹주고 셈 삼모지 연주시 검소다서. 내지 검거다.
No need to think about bodhicitta at the beginning. Just think about renunciation only.
간지 코알라 탄독을로 타와 톰독을로 주고 그래서.
And so anyway, so it has to be a wish wanting to be free from cyclic existence, wanting to achieve liberation.
텐데데 ngong shuju ge de ngi shona ngi ju je
If that happens, if that kind of mind arises automatically or spontaneously, then you have generated the renunciation.
제가 다 되게 담봉한도 남을 지 쇼인다세.
And so now, so let's enter into the path first, okay?
오케이. 담보 거기 님을 삼을다.
So how do we enter into the path? Is by generating renunciation. And then for that, first think about the disadvantages or the adversaries of samsara. And so first you have to identify the disadvantages or the adversaries of samsara. When you identify that, then you will develop the wish to be free from that. So let's say now you have developed that renunciation in your mind. And so at the same time as you wish to achieve liberation for yourself, then think about other sentient beings also going through the same kind of dilemma, and wish them to be free from that too. And in order to do so, develop this wish wanting to achieve enlightenment or Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings.
레전에 다이트네 로이 백케잖아 싫어 당 인주지라 제거지 아니 다 대화 진다 태미를 남주 강이 바디 다 샹주고 셈셈마들아 라래 그래서.
And so now you have entered into the path through generating renunciation. So whether you enter into the minor path or the hina path depends on whether your renunciation is conjoined with the bodhicitta or not.
예. 다 된디기 아니 고알라 탄데를 로드랑 인줄라 그래서. 아니 다 대기 로드라 때니 수주라 인데가 같이 같은데 대 수주지지 아니 다 남차고 사차고 그래서.
And so through that renunciation, you will develop all other paths. Through that, you enter into the path, and then you develop all the qualities of the path as you go along the path. And so therefore the renunciation becomes a path also.
Okay. 어떤 람라는 들라다 람 세대다 대ring 사 람 세대다 수주지지 인데들라 그래서.
And so anyway, that's the good quality within one's mind, right? Any good quality on one's mind, once one have generated the renunciation, any good quality in one's mind, is the path and ground.
Okay. 다 가다 들으면 아셔야 아니 근데 다 람들라 아니 대징을 하다 태맥을 하다 대징을 함니 요레스 근데 태맥을 람들라야 아니 멤버 사제 아니 막 가시는 거 셔야 돼 봤어.
And then so that kind of path, right? The Mahayana path and the Hinayana path. The Hinayana path also has, like the last time we talked about, the 8 grounds, right?
아, 됐지. 다 되네. 다 대마시나 아니 내가 어떻게서 아제라나 이슈스다나. 다 됐지. 되와였나? 아니 년도가 사다 맞아가 사니데 그래서. 태맥을 남서야 돼. 태맥을 사서야 돼. 되와나 가다 내시는 것도 랍다가 임바스.
And so we talked about the 8 grounds, right, of the Hinayana path, and so if we combine them all, it can be combined into the hero's ground and the solitude's ground.
예, 다들만 디디도 와, 다들 죄되어나 안에 니도다, 다 죄되 니도다 랑자산이요. 다랑건 제버 제비, 랑건 제버 제비 예된 데미 예된 시비 Nintu Jungato, Nintu Yasai, Telana, Nintu Societa, Nintu Popes and Yores, that Nintu the Rajanina, Tatambo Nintu Sayores.
So here we're talking about the you know,
What
which
page
page?
number?
Which page number? 16?
There you have paper?
Oh yes, 16, right? Division, definition, division, right? Hero's ground. So Hinayana ground, has the hero's ground and the Salted Red's ground. And the first is talking about the hero's ground. The definition of Hinayana ground, the Hinayana ground, and then definition of the hero's ground, right?
다 년투 세다 단데 다시래 다시 년투라나 아니 년투도 가지나 아니 단 조커조커 당기 위신이래 아니 지금 상제가 소라 투어지 녀지 녀게레스 녀네 파 심발라 파 투어 그러다 파 시게레스 안 오시 근데 다시 오시 소소그 티녀 더 심발라 파 시게레스 파 투어지 그레스 단 년투스.
And so the clear realization of the heroes, which serves as a basis for the many good qualities, which are its results or effects, is the definition of the hero's path. Hero's ground. And so when you say heroes means like hearing, right? You listen, hearing. So the what they do is they hear all these teachings, from the Buddhas, and that's from the Buddhas and the elders. They hear all the teachings. And then they explain to others. So that's what they call heroes.
제가 안에 대화 침묵고 까도 배는 얘한테 등에 까도세요. 또 등에 얘한테 소리해서 얘나 고소 냠내 제가 말해서 까든데 보고 강아지다 얘랑 보고 제냐로 왔다 좀 제자. 얘나 고소 얘한테 냠내 무슨 나고 말해서. 그래서 얘도 다시 해야 돼. 제 녀지 파심발라 투어싱.
그 너무 가서
배나 까도는 봐도 까도는도 마치 등이 다 얘나 다좀부터 얘나 다좀. 얘나 고소 냠내 제가 말했다. 대화 침묵주. 얘나 그 까도 제가 요래.
So all these teachings, the after Buddha passed away, then they gathered together, and then all these disciples gathered together, and then they brought all the teachings together. And so somebody heard this, and then they all gathered together, all the teachings, right? All the teachings of the Hinayana and the Mahayana path both. But so this is done by the hearers, the hearers arhats, but they don't practice the Mahayana path. Only the Bodhisattvas practice the Mahayana path.
어제 다 녀랑세 아니 랑자세디 대나카레스 대다다 녀랑 니두세디가 아니 스바타마다 코나 다좀 토가 리베칼라다 녜버터 아니 조커적이나다 수도기신이라 때네 아니 그다좀 고마 도시게레스.
And so then there's a solitary realizer. So solitary realizer is different from the hearers. And the hearers, when they achieve, when they're at that final stage, about to achieve their liberation, they depend on either the emanation body of the Buddha or their guru or their teacher, to achieve their liberation.
아니 라자세디 시담 로월람지 내가서 다 두바치기로 오게 된거나 다 스바타마 다좀 토가 리베치가다 소소 주보 아니 문화 롱타들로네 대원도 쓰지래 녀가 말했어.
And so the solitary realizers are called, they realize their enlightenment, or their liberation, solitarily, by themselves. So of course, during the path of during the training, period, of course they listen to the teachings, from their gurus and from the supreme emanation body. But at the time when they are about to achieve their liberation, during the final stage, when they are about to achieve liberation, then they go into solitude. They without depending on. So then they achieve their liberation through that. So that's why it's called solitary realizers.
Okay. Yes.
What would be an example of the miraculous powers? I have that in my definition. So they surpass the hearers in terms of their cultivation of wisdom and merit, and able to
Where is that?
perform miraculous powers. I think I found it in the text somewhere. But it's not just by hearing; it's by encountering miraculous powers. Is there an example of what that would be?
Are we talking about something here that we're going through now, or is something from different?
Maybe I found it from somewhere else. Okay, forget about it. Because I thought that was connected to the solitary realizers. I thought they had a connection.
So miraculous power, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
they
What
all
would be an
have.
example of that?
Zurul 때는
아,
zurul 때는 church at the UNESCO sigur서 가지고 먼저 알아. 아니야 저기.
재밀이 남지 거기 때문에.
Yeah. So I mean, not in this context, it doesn't talk about that, but generally there is saying that they have a miraculous powers. It's like the hero and soldier riders, they don't have to speak; they can just teach, through their physical body, emanating their body in a certain ways. So that's like through miracle powers.
간지 수복 소달한테 봐주고다 공이지 제하여서라고.
And so from your physical appearance, or not just the facial appearance, but from the physical, like flying in the sky or doing certain things like that, they can teach and others, dharma like that way.
진짜 내려다 단답변한 것도 변나 그러고 암조마고 들고 라박 지진을 거들어. 손으로 인제로 왔어.
So it's like a sign language, So those who are deaf, they can't hear, so you teach them, you tell them or speak to them through the sign language like that.
오케이. 다 안에 년투 지세세. 다 될라 년투 소시에다 년투 파바니. 다 년투 소시에다나 가래. 년투 소시에도 파바가 지와 가래인 봐.
So that's these are divided. When these are divided, there are two: the grounds of the hearers, ordinary being, and the grounds of the superior hearers. So what is the ordinary hearers and superior hearers? What's the difference between that?
The hearers on the path of accumulation, path of preparation on the ordinary, and then on the path of seeing and meditation and no learning superior.
뭐 이거야 사소.
사람도 졸람 값수 영예대 때는
소치네.
소개체 아니 통람 고람 멜로로 영예대 때는 봐봤어.
제가 다 소지라는 칼로 파바라는 칼로 그러나.
So that's you
Example,
define by the path, right?
Yeah.
But in general, what does it mean, to be ordinary being and a superior being like that?
오케이. Yes.
To realize emptiness directly. The path of seeing and beyond is an Arya being. Before the path of seeing, before you can see emptiness directly, is a way.
오케이. Yes, 전발.
Yeah.
Different?
The ordinary beings, their realization of emptiness is conceptual, and the direct realization of the path of seeing will become Arya.
되어라. 쌤.
I don't understand what said the definition of God was hero of an ordinary being. That is both explanations.
가서.
되게 오래 생기도사.
됐는데
저도
되니
기억이
년도 소시지 제대로 년도 것도 년도 소시 되니까 그 되면
This is a clear realization of the hearers, which serves as a basis for the many good qualities which are its effect.
we got to understand. Bob?
So a clear realization, which is included in the continuum of hearer ordinary being.
Well, by ordinary being would mean not liberated from samsara. But I'm not sure if the hearers, do they realize emptiness complete, or do they realize the selflessness of persons? Does the selflessness of persons actually liberate you?
그대로.
건조기 논의도 가르게 남한테부터.
제타 this is my question you guys.
Usually all ordinary beings before
So yeah, Bob is saying that do they realize emptiness or do they only realize selflessness?
Yeah, whose definition of ordinary are we using?
Yes.
I mean,
시다 단단데 지들 오마라 집으로 시작한 로요레스.
So this is according to the Savatandaka Madhyamaka school.
Okay?
So what did they say? Savatandaka Madhyamaka school.
Okay, 다 변나 소제당 파바다나 소제당 파바 되니 강한 거 다시로 오고 그래서. 소제라나 변나 레변나 레니 수수 왕게 변나 딱 그러고. 로와르도 카르라 레니 수수 왕게 제변나 안에 소소 제고스. 레 소소. 레탈 레타치탄 소제나 레니 오고 제차로. 저래다 가로다. 다시 로잖아. le sosu wangi ane takaro rowaru kare chewa inda ane sochi sa ro shi ane tinde ge lenge wangi chewa maimba ane tele phabe na phapa sa ro shi tele ya this yaran do na te dashin do res
So this, again, there's a like just explanation and about how course,
lenye
you know,
susu
how,
lenye susu tal susu le susu kana ta le mon lenye susu gongi and then roar to counter that te chebana susu chewa sa do lenye
I suddenly forgot that term. Why? Because it's, why is it called that? What is that? Why is it called that?
dashi
Huh?
no
No.
dashi
The etymology?
Etymology. So the etymology of the ordinary being, and the etymology of the superior being. That's etymology. That's not a definition, right? So etymology. So it's another word for that ordinary being is individual beings. So individual beings, they create individually. They create the karma, and then through that they are born. Through the power of karma and delusion that's created by individually by those beings. Through that they are born in samsara. So that is ordinary beings, and those who are superior to that, who are beyond that, who have who have passed that, or who are beyond that, is superior beings.
tate dashi na bole dashi
That's the etymology.
okay ta counter ta tamo nindu shiwa nindu soche na soso chewa me chaps ta kadi imba na chaps ga ores.
And so now here, when we talk about ordinary beings, like you mentioned, right? So the being, the beings who are on the just the path of preparation, and path of accumulation. And so the healers, a practitioner on a healer's path of accumulation and path of preparation are healers, ordinary beings, right? So if it is a healer's ordinary being, then it's necessarily ordinary being.
okay tate changto kadu na jasha jan ja tele soso chewa me chaps la ores.
So that is necessary, right? If it is a healer's ordinary being, then it's necessary to be ordinary being.
okay ta nindu soshi ji ngodola na tambo nyente ga lamla shunge ki solamda jolam khari ki lam jela denge ki tijel ta yende de la gro tiji ani ta karo toba ta karo yende de la ngodola gres.
And then when it says there's clear realization of the hearers, so that means, again, I mentioned like the good quality, right? So any good quality of the hearers, of a practitioner who have entered into the hearer's path, any good quality within that person is clear realization of the hearers.
Pena Jennifer ki jichi debe ani ngodo de Jennifer ki jichi debe tal da sai tsini res.
So clear realization within the continuum of Jennifer, is the definition of the ground within Jennifer.
다 원하티 다 땡고도 가르쳐 오르나 아니 뭐라지 pena 메기치 보좀 라바스 냠래 pena 샴바 이제 어떤 간리에도 조금 갈랍쇼 그랬어.
So what is the example of that? Those clear realization within her mind, is any kind of like, the morality of abandoning the 10 virtuous actions, generosity, loving kindness, compassion, whatever good quality she has in her mind is her clear realization.
제가 다 단다 청도 타만 인도람 쇼사인다. 당연 연주 제엠 바주도 샤주스 제엠바다 인도람 쇼인다 간가.
So now, earlier you meditated on renunciation, right? And then you developed this wish, wanting to be free from samsara, wanting to achieve liberation, right? So with that, you have generated renunciation. And so through that, you have entered into the path now. Okay, let's say you have entered into the path.
제가 다 저도 인도 소체인다세 인도 소소체인다세.
So now let's say you have entered into the healer's path, right? So now first you're at the beginning, the healer's ordinary beings in ordinary path.
다 장아수 소소지지데 뭐또 예스.
And
뭐또 봐.
so do you each have the clear realization in your mind? Do you each have clear realization in your mind? You have already entered into the path, okay? No doubt now. So you have entered into the path. So do each of you have clear realization in your mind?
오케이. 다티 example 샤도스.
So that's example. What example can you give?
What
Example
example, yeah.
of clear realization within you.
야.
Renunciation.
야. 야.
Wishing well for
Patience.
realization of death and impermanence.
야, that's everything okay. 들리고다. 인도 소시지지 디뱅 뭐도 들리고 티지지 연대 참아 샤쇼고다.
So the clear realization within included within the continuum of the hearers is any good qualities, right? Any excellent qualities in the hearers continuum.
Okay? It's easy, right? And chindu jala bena jump to domba yoro was. And kashi jala genyang domba yoro was.
You have the refuge vow, right? You have lay vows.
제다 돈수 차상 사주고다.
So all those can be a clear realization.
제다 슈마 년도 수지 못으로나 가르라게나 되지 돈이도 벌로이나 지라 돈이도 벌로 고 말. 되지 연대게 리칸 임바데. 개베 로칸 임바 차상 사주 그래서.
So later, when you ask what is the clear realization, you don't have to get confused. It's any kind of good qualities in you is the clear realization. It doesn't have to be realization of emptiness.
아니 년대 솔람바나 돈이 저 다음에 저 또고 말더니 솔람바 다음에 저 또고요 말해서.
So the hero's the path of accumulation, the practitioner on a hero's path of accumulation has not realized emptiness or selflessness at all.
다시 다음에 마토비 차파지 랍초 그래서.
So you can say it's necessarily necessarily have not realized selflessness.
시카는 단다때 랍고야 가는 산 주마 야도나 강마 못 때려 당으로 대 만나고 제고 그래서.
So why we're saying this now is to make clear that later when you go up, you don't get confused.
오케이.现在 년대 솔람바나 돈이 마토비 찹 소소지오 임비 찹 스테 다시 가지고.
So if it is an ordinary being of the heroes, then it's necessarily ordinary being, and necessarily not have realized emptiness or
Okay.
of selflessness.
다 년대 수시 자기 테니까로.
So now, what is the definition of hero's ground? Sorry, the ordinary hero's ground. Ordinary hero's ground.
Very, very long. It's like long English or that.
말은 다 알아요.
Really?
랑기 주부주 연도 좀 시든 집에. 람슈기 뭐또
알려, 유가
강라다.
알려, 대 강아시.
어,
알려, 대 강아시 되노.
네, 강아시.
아니, 년대 수시지 디빙 거 또 봤어. 알려, okay, you guys, I have that just 대 강아시, but just they don't repeat everything.
So Geshe only look at the second part, end, after the end. It says clear realization which is included in the continuum of hero's ordinary being. So not only that, but also it has to be clear realization of hero which serves as a basis for the many good qualities which are its effect.
Yes,
And it says and a clear realization which is included in the continuum of hero's ordinary being.
So look at this definition as two parts. Wouldn't the first part be renunciation, the second part be all getting the good qualities?
no, not like that, not like that.
Then why do they have those two parts?
가르나 대 강사지 되거든. 코르지면 파쇼 강사 셴바지로는 백 말했어. 랑은 레버지 예대 때문에 제때 임바지. 대한 년대 소수지 되고 뭐 파쇼 되게 말했어.
So when it says clear realization of heroes which serve as a basis for the many good qualities which are its effect, then it's talking about the clear realization, right? It's not talking about the clear realization in their mind. It's talking about the clear realization. So when I talk about clear realization clear realization in general, then I'm just talking in general. It could be your mind, her mind.
Yeah.
But when I say included in my mind stream, then it's only mine. So
Yeah,
that's
Charles.
why it says ordinary being. So it's included in the ordinary beings
But
only.
don't you have to have renunciation as a basis for all these other good
Yes,
qualities?
yes,
So if you
of
don't
course.
have that, then if you have ethics and generosity, you don't have renunciation, you don't have that basis.
You can't even enter into the path without
파디오
renunciation.
말. 제가
You're not even in the ground then.
야,
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they say that?
Which one?
그래서
Definition for here.
그래서
Why wouldn't that be part of the definition for here?
For having generated renunciation?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't that be implied in that definition?
대들 가르치는 말아버렸어. 돼.
그래.
예전 끼고 가르치 말아버렸어.
인주 제 사와다. 인주 제 산 당연히 라.
Yeah, so because you're already in the you're already in the path. So
당연히
that, like we
제들라.
said, earlier.
당연히 당번에 라. 저는데 간반에 주사람 간반 만두고 게 시가 말았어. 배산.
So the example Geshe he gave, it's like when you're talking about after having entered the house, then you're talking about after having entered the house. You're not talking about before entering the house. So just like that, when we're talking about the path and ground, means you have already generated renunciation.
오케이. 당연히 가도 건지 곰
That's
곰에.
already given. That's
아무튼
given.
곰자에 봐서 인주 곰에 받쳐서.
So you did a meditation on renunciation earlier, right?
제다
So we're in that house.
제다다 저랑서 제 인주와 시작하기로 했어.
So that's counted already. So you have already generated renunciation. Without that, you cannot even enter into the path. So you don't have to say that again. You have already, when you have entered into the path, that means you already have the renunciation.
You wouldn't be a pure ordinary being without having renunciation. So you wouldn't even be included in this definition.
So yeah, you will not be hero's ordinary being. You will not be hero's ordinary being without having entered into the path.
오케이. 인생에 타와더니로 가디 제와는 지나질 응주 제어레스. 되게 응주도 상주고 셈나 태와 침보쇼레. 상주고 셈 맞았나? 아니 니도라 되니까 쇼로요레스.
And so whenever you have that wish wanting to be free from samsara and achieve liberation throughout day and night, then that's when you have generated renunciation. And if that renunciation is conjoined with bodhicitta, then you have entered into the Mahayana path.
제가 다다나가도 태와 침보쇼 가도 니도로 쇼데레스. 니도로 쇼.
So right now we're not talking about Mahayana, we're just talking about the healers, right? So we have generated renunciation but not generated bodhicitta yet, and so therefore we are in a healer's path now.
It just seems a little different the way we describe categories in English, so I think that's why it's confusing.
Yeah, maybe.
What category?
Well, just anything you don't really, like, I mean, just, I wouldn't describe it that way. I would describe it as if you don't become a hero until you have renunciation, that's your basis. So that's the basis, because without renunciation, you can't be a hero.
Yes.
So that seems like that's why I would say that's what it's talking about, the basis of this renunciation. I mean, maybe it's not, but to me, the way, just so I understand.
I
the
see.
concepts work, it seems that's what it says.
제대로 나서지 유여버려.
말다 모라스는데 시덴스도네라 시덴스 윤도미 시덴스도네 다 레넌서션을 고거서 시덴스에 돼. 하서는 레넌서션 요번에 때려 콜람을 주고라. 되네 거 시주 버렸어. 되네 시즈네 되네 시네 고스레서.
페나 저랑 그 jel라 페나 다 페나 대고만 이심지 나눠서 저 고고 말해서 페나 대지지 간지 손아버지 연대 강갈라 수순 레버리 얘들이 쟁이 열어봤어.
because 윤대 tel라된.
연대 갈라나 다른 레버리 쟁이 열어봤어. 그래서 되게 연대 대제다 그 시대 고쳐야 돼요 그래서.
So, for the basis, it doesn't have to be renunciation only. It can be any kind of good qualities, because by depending on any of the good qualities that they have, it will produce a good result, right? So the good result that came from is from that good quality. So therefore, that good quality becomes the basis, for the next good qualities.
You understand that?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
제대야 지금은 페나 손아버지 연대나 남미 차랍 주는 면으로. 페나 손아버지 연대나 샘지 연대나 남미 차가로 차가 말했어. 대가도 도발했어. 페나 손아버지 돈 받아도 그가 연람을 남 말했어. 페나 제다
못 도래.
못 도래서 나 남미들 남 많이 세. 대가도
남 마음도 가르친 거 맞다.
대대가도 도바사야 돼. 가지도 소야 다 도배내려 가지. 샹슴 되지 생부인데나 남미 차도 맞아서요. 도배내려 그러고서.
So now again, also you can still have debate on that, right? So whether it's a path or not. So we're talking about the clear realization. So every clear realization is a good quality, excellent qualities, in the continuum of that being. So every in a excellent quality in that person's mind is a path or not.
오케이.
And so you can debate about that, right? And then what about their vows, like their refuge vow or their lay vow or their the monk vows? Those are they path or not? You can still debate on that.
오케이. 간나 오케이. 다들 저것도 뭐지? 다 간지 배나 철학의 제지. 배나 다 그러고 점주 돈바 대야 그런 레버 지외가 예대 심하되기 시대 차대 그래서.
And so that even that the refuge vow, in that in yours, so now you are the healer's ordinary being, right? So in that refuge vow in you also becomes a basis, to produce a next good quality in the future. So therefore, that becomes the basis also.
이만아 다 대게나 다때 가나 제너퍼기지 연대게 지금 시대 말이다. 철학지 쳐들었어. 그래다는데 년도 소시 년도 가로 년도 소시 지대 병도다는 그런 거고 그래서.
And so then when talking about that good quality, it's not just general good quality in general, but good quality of like Jennifer, so it has Jennifer good quality included in the continuum of Jennifer, just like that. So it's not talking about just the good qualities or the clear realization, but it is talking about the clear realization of the healer's ordinary being. And therefore, it has to be included in the healer's ordinary beings, in the continuum of healer's ordinary being.
오케이. 다 년도 소시 다 되나 안에 대라에나 년도 소람다 소람니요래 대라나 소주니요람도 왔어.
So that's the reason why there is this two part of the definition, which both has to be complete, for the definition to be full, to be complete. And then it says when these are divided, there are two: hearer's path of accumulation and the hearer's path of preparation.
Okay. Any questions there? Clear, right? Yes.
Just to be clear, so I think what you're saying is that there's, this is a good teaching so that when we have good realization, good ethics, that we know it's part of the path of renunciation. So it's not just sort of, feeling good about ourselves, but
No,
actually
yeah,
on
really
direct.
enter the path.
Yeah.
This is okay. That a lot, yes.
So is it, you can have a clear realizer before entering the path, but it's not a realizer of a hearer.
Exactly. Yeah. tingala yo choro was.
Ngonto.
Ngonto yo choro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. tingala bena ngaso tande ngaso jela ngonto yo rese. Ngaso ji sembu yendo kanga ngaso ngonto rese.
So yeah, we have clear realization too. Anything, any good qualities that we have is a clear realization.
Okay. sembu yendo kanga bela lab choro rese. 내가 나 람주 가서 뒤지지 ene 연del라고 그래 was.
And so it's also talking about the same thing, like the good qualities, of the mind, within the continuum of the practitioner who has entered into the path.
Okay. Okay. 다 안에 다 년도 사치. 다 될 년도 살아 가세요래. 년도 살아 가세요래.
So how many grounds are there in the heroes? I mean, how many divisions are there in heroes ground?
just 다 년도 소셜 제 가와요.
The heroes doesn't have
Okay, how many?
two.
How many? 3, 4, 5. 2. Yeah, 년도 소셜 살아 가세요잖아. ordinary. Okay. What are they?
No,
Ordinary.
on the ordinary beings.
Yeah, path accumulation, right? 어디 다 되니라 얘는 소소 저음이 찹스타 가디는 거 놓쳐 그래서.
And so these two, if it is these two, then it's necessarily ordinary path.
오케이.
Okay.
소지 코나이 있었는데 소지 코나이 있으랍죠 그래서.
It's only ordinary path.
오케이.
It cannot be anything else but only ordinary path.
남주 공사 연바지 소지 코나이 돼 있어.
So when it's an ordinary path, it has to be path also, right? So that's given that it has to be, generated the renunciation already, right? And so if it is an ordinary hero's path, then definitely it's the ordinary path, and has to be only ordinary path.
난도
Cannot be
소지
superior path.
배나 가라서 소지 코나래 왔어. 난도 배나 가다 갔다 왔는 소지 코나래 왔어. 얘는 옛날에 니도 소지 말해 왔어.
So like like me, I'm an ordinary person, right? So I'm completely ordinary person. I'm only ordinary person, and I'm not a hero's ordinary person, right?
You understand different that? 소지다 니도 소지 가간도 남주 소지.
So again, there's a difference, right, between the ordinary being and hero's ordinary being.
오케이. 제자다 니도 총람도 전화 거는 소지 코나이 찹스.
And so if it is either hero's path of preparation or hero's path of accumulation, then it's necessarily ordinary paths. Ordinary
오케이.
beings.
다 니도 소시 사이 텐쇼야. 깨지 않으셔다.
And now, okay, can you give the definition of the definition of grounds of heroes, ordinary beings?
Very loud, everyone, okay?
Say it out loud.
Many good qualities which are its effect,
And a clear realization
which is included in the continuum of the hearer of ordinary being.
How many divide that? What are they?
accumulation, path of preparation.
Okay, that's good. Okay? 다 년투 안에 초남선나 갈라고 그래. 초남선 변나 년투지 중요도 년투 초남지 되니스.
So now then it says among those, definitely hero's path of accumulation is this is clear realization of doctrine of hero.
Okay?
Clear realization of doctrine of a hero.
다 델레여와 섬요래서나 배잖아 자요 말했어. 내가 한번 두었어. 얘나 초나 체인주 중섬 샤고 그래서.
And so when it's divided, it can be divided as small, medium, and great.
Okay.
But it's not in the text here, but you can divide it as that way.
Okay. 다 대 담보 쟁에들라 좀 중어. 되네 때야 고모들 아니 좀 지. 아니 되네 야 되는 좀 첨보로 자고 그래서.
And so when you first develop, the path of accumulation, that's small, and then as you go, along the path, then there's a middling, and then, as you, go, towards the final stage, of the path of accumulation, will be great.
배나 어떻게 배나 동반질라미 배 아니 신의 톱. 아니 되네 야 배네 신의 톱. 아니 신의 다 동반이 다 다음에 낚시라 다음에 강사 다음에 올라가지. 강사 다음에 되네 신의 톱. 아니 담보 통계들 안에 손음지 같이. 되네 야 돼서 아니 텔레콤이네 손음지. 되네 다 아니 대시듯이 또도 집에 가려야 아니 손음 침보지. 다 대시듯이 가지 또 나는 좀 잘 그래서.
And so first, you have this realization, or calm abiding, observing on empty, sorry, not emptiness, selflessness, right? In this case, would be selflessness. So observing selflessness, the calm abiding and observing the selflessness. When you first enter, then you just start, to observe, on the selflessness, and then as you go more further and further on that. Observation or meditation on a selflessness through calm abiding, and that's called the middling. And then when you are about to come to realize, the selflessness in the manner of meaning generality, and about to, right? When you are about to come to realize selflessness in the manner of meaning generality, then at that time you are in the great, the path of accumulation, and then soon after you generate. The realization of selflessness, in the manner of meaning generality, then at that time you become part of preparation.
Okay. 다 안에 소름다 소름라 미마라고 가려요. 소름라 미 셴바 가려요. 미 셴바들 요래.
So is there any other name for path of accumulation?
Isn't it partial concordance with liberation?
What are they more? More
How
names?
much are there?
Really? Yeah. 타르와 찬들라 그래서.
Yeah, that's right. Partial concordance.
소름라 그래서. 타와 찬들라 그래서. 아니 대위사라 그래서.
And
아니
the
충에
ground
돌라
of faith,
그래서.
ground of faith, and then clear realization of doctrine.
Okay? You got it? 다 소름 가지는 소름이라고 했나?
Why is it called accumulation?
The first great year of accumulation of merit.
I just thought the word merit.
You know what? No, it's what Jennifer said is correct. Where you found that?
Where did I find it?
You heard something, you found it. Yeah, that's correct. And then 타와 토비 셔드 초사비 람지 당보이면은 소름스라 그래서.
So yeah, so this is the first path, to accumulate merit for achieving liberation. Therefore, it's called path of accumulation.
오케이? 다 타와 찬드. 다 가지에 타와 찬들라 그래서.
Dinonde pejano.
아, 너 니남 보시면 돼. 당기줘도 돼. 다시는 좀 다시를 마치랍잖아요. 와. 근데 촌람라간도 타와 찬달고 대회 살람도 중간 돌아간도 와서로 와.
다들 건조한 go 수모.
이러다
pejano 맨날 건조해요.
알은 거 숨어라.
네.
야무나 지금 라잖아 간지. 타와 투비 람 타와 투비 셔다 초사비 람라 슈네 초사비 토마인다 아니 촌람라 그래서.
And so because you are at the beginning of the path for accumulating merit to gain liberation, therefore it's called the path of accumulation.
아니 콜라 타와 찬다야라 그래서.
And it's also partial concordance with liberation.
아니 대배 사야라 그래서.
And the ground of faith.
아니 충에도 올라 그래서.
And the clear realization of doctrine.
그래봐. 배나 대회 사까지나 대소 영가랑 아는 개비. 다 대소 영가랑 장위 갑질하면서 아니 대소 영가랑 개비. 바지 뒤가 대소 영가랑 개고 들어와. 라면 임바에서 안에 대회 사들라 그래서.
대소 율마.
대소 율마. 다 야, 이거 그래.
대소라는 속 나올 뒤투더라.
그래봐. 다 대발라 가지.
대바죠.
대바 무반 덤바 띵도 싫었어. 되게 연락 해 봐 인자. 아니 대소 연락 해 고 대회 살랍쇼 그래서.
So and also it's called a path of the ground, sorry, the faith of ground of faith, because you're mastered in the faith, like faith and so forth, in the 5 objects, the faith and so forth, and therefore it's called a ground of faith.
하나지게 네 가로 중에 도다가나 아니 추수라지 특다 된인가라 참 베비 내가에서는 아니 중에 도서라 그래서 걸.
Then clear realization of the doctrine is because it's this time when you are striving, to listen and study the doctrine. Therefore, it's called the clear realization of doctrine.
오케이? Yes.
When you say it's the ground of faith, and you're building faith in the 5 objects, could you list the 5 objects?
그때 가서 루리캅 treasar다데.
Yeah, it was already taught during the mind and mental factor.
You have to go further, okay? 오케이. 다 담보야. 소람라 이와 가세요.
So how many divisions are there, to the path of accumulation?
Who said 9?
Path of accumulation.
3.
Who said 9?
9?
I said
Okay, give me 9.
What are the 9s?
Small. The 3 are small, medium, great, and then each one is like the 3 again.
No. I think you misunderstand some kind of Jembai notation.
Yeah, later, when you're on the
First,
ground.
don't mistake. Okay. First, we need to keep that very karo. Tanda pe yabo nye. Some yabo tamo ine yan tun mar don chudo des. Tanda tamo yabo hago godas.
So you're confused with maybe the later one. Later, when you're talking about, the 3, the gross and and the subtle and the middling delusions. Then each like has 9. Divided into the one. Each is divided into 3 like that. It's not talking about that here. So it's not talking about that here. So that's why Geshe said. He said earlier. He mentioned that to listen this carefully, because once you know this well, then later it will become easier. Otherwise, it will get very confused.
Okay. You go more above. There's so many counts, so many numbers. Then you become just I don't know what's going on. Okay. Therefore, first don't read the up down. Okay. It's here better too. Okay. 제다다 담모 빼는 좀 해나. 아니 인중은 마sembe 강사데 알람라시나 가디레 손한번 차는 거 봐서. 인중은 마sembe 강사데 알람라시나 손한번 차는 거 봐서.
So the person who has not realized renunciation, whenever he or she enters into the path, then becomes being on the path of accumulation, right?
다 된리 손하나 가서나 손하나 숨이 어서.
And that kind of accumulation, path of accumulation, has how many divisions? 3.
오케이. 전주 치었음. 대수 치워갔나 강사질라다 또 봐야지 숙제 중까지 치워는 거 봐서.
So there's the small, middling, and great, right?
대기 치워갔나 또봐 도미다 가자 일로
And
숙제
what's the
중.
difference, of the small, middling, and great? Is when they develop their realizations, right?
Okay.
Level of realization.
대수 가려면 강사 다음에는 뭐 그래서.
So who they observe? What do they observe at? Selflessness.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
At
Age.
selflessness. Selflessness of person.
다 손하고 미그 남라 가세요나.
And so how many different kind of names that the path of accumulation has?
대 지나서 녀면도 왔어.
Yeah.
미 말하고 가세요나.
How many different kind of names? 4?
대다 조람라 그래서.
Path of accumulation.
다와 찬들라 그래서.
The partial concordance with the liberation.
대위살라 그래서.
Ground of faith.
충의도라 그래서.
Clear realization of doctrine.
다소 얘기 진짜가 랍사에 봤어.
Yeah. So Geshe already mentioned the reason for that, right?
오케이. 제가 지나서 빼자 강을 로도거든. 저도 고고요 말아. 근데 대시자들 저도 빼다 받쳐야 되거든. 고고요 말더니.
So when Geshe is talking about one thing, then you just focus on that thing.
Yeah.
Don't try to look for other things, then you get confused.
Yeah, then you confuse, you don't find. Okay. 손하나 미그 남라 가세요.
So how many different kind of names there are to path of accumulation?
Okay. What are they? Okay, 데브라. Yeah. 저들라도 소람 랍다.
Path of accumulation?
세 에로건 세
Path of accumulation.
아니 다와 찬다.
partial concordance with liberation,
아니 대회사
ground of faith,
중요도
clear realization of doctrine.
오케이 second
Path of accumulation, partial concordance with liberation, ground of faith, clear realization of the doctrine.
오케이 어디에 가는 조시다 그 내가 매우더네 한 삼삼 되게 뭐 중도 그러고서 근데 뒤치는 랍도 저 레레 랍고 비진세 코선 야 다시를 레레 요 당기 랍자 임바스
So later you will hear these names, so different names, so that you don't get confused, later when you hear the names.
I think they also maybe book that book
Yeah, there's a, yeah.
What was the full name? Partial concordance with what?
what
Liberation.
Thank you. Good.
What was the first part? Path of concordance with liberations two, right, was the first one.
Path of
Solemn.
accumulation. Path of accumulation itself, yeah.
Ground of faith, partial concordance with
oh yeah Jennifer already found what
It's in page 42. It's a whole like cinnamon.
Oh, thank you.
oh yeah that's the cinnamon
42 it is.
that's good
Root text. Thank you.
야 제가 가서 누 전에 저도 강갈로 마대서 강는 고비로 그러는데 레레레 디콜라야 셴바들이나 또 아파 로나 야 보여래 배는 가서 되게 소름 새건도 왔다 다 소름 먹고 세상을 놓고 셴바도 말로 오지 대야 보지로 ਸਮਝ나 아니 두 말에 야 졸음 씹거라 졸음 주보로 셴바 말로 오지 야 졸음 야고 돼 그러고
So when you're talking about the path of accumulation, just talk about the path of accumulation and just read about path of accumulation. Then you will not get confused. You know all about that. And then later, when we go into the path of preparation, then just focus on the path of preparation and study about the path of preparation only at that time, so we will not get confused.
오케이 got it 오케이 당가도 당보가도 야 람나 쉬는 가와 람 가와 쉬는 람 당보 쉬는 된지 딱 가다들 갈라도 가다들 초람 봐 아니 람들 초람 색도
So when you first enter into the path, what do you become? Heroes ordinary.
빼나 미저라 메디 창다 잡아 가로 창다 거디 잡든 미디 미가 전에 메리 고마 차는 거로 대도 집어래서 가다들 람나 가디 주나 초람 사 차는 거래서
So whenever you first enter into the path, then you become, the person on the path of accumulation, right? The being on the path of accumulation.
아니
So
초람 바로와 가다들 초람 봐 디제 람나 초람스
so the path of accumulation, is the quality, right? The good quality, and then the being on the path of accumulation is the person.
오케이 다 저도 타마 초람 봐 임바스
So now you're all being on the path of on the path of accumulation, right?
예스
Beings on the path of accumulation.
대 저도 저라 초람 요스
Do you have path of accumulation?
당가도
Do you
땜지
have path of
땜지
accumulation in your mind?
don't say no it's yes
Yeah, you are being on a path of accumulation, right?
okay
You said, do you have it in your mind?
Yes.
That's the question.
Yeah. So
It's
you are being on a path of accumulation, right? Therefore, you have a path of accumulation in your mind. Yes.
다디 빼시 셔다
Without that, you will not be a being on a path of accumulation.
오케이 다 주티 지난지 초람 빼셔다 지난지 내셔도 초람 레베
So what is the path of accumulation in
지난지
your
내셔도
mind?
레베
What is the path of accumulation? For example,
지난 내셔도 레베스나
is your attachment path of accumulation?
공로데 레베
Anger?
와 that's good 다들이 good quality 셔도
So can you
Give
give
me-
an example of
give me
good
example.
quality?
Generosity, ethics, patience,
Jimba.
joyful
that's
effort.
Healers would be, like
Yeah.
the renunciation, the
that's a good
realizations.
you have that right okay 저도 초람 봐 right
So you are being on a path of accumulation?
초람 봐서 강다다
Are
초람
you
봐서
being on a path of accumulation?
say yes right you have to say yes okay yes definitely 다 안에 수지 아니 다 서로 소소 집어지지 못 돌아나 다 계란 거지 집에 못 돌아 아니 계란 지 위에 들라고 그래서
And so then it says like the clear realization of the ordinary beings, right? So what is that? Clear realization of ordinary being is? Clear realization included within the continuum of ordinary being is what?
all the virtues okay 다 될라 초람라 그래 왔어
So that's called path of accumulation, right?
and
Like what?
야 그래 초람라 그래
뭐 코로나에서 소속이 올라서
예.
소랑 소속이
아 니도 초람라 그러다
야도 소랑.
아 니도 초람라 왔어
So the hero's path of accumulation.
아니 될 대화 미셔봐 여러분
So So is there a different name for that?
Okay.
Chodo.
Then there you got it.
Partial concordance and liberation.
You got it. Do you saw that there? Do you saw the list? Yeah, that's good. Okay. 산이 normal 나오도 뭐라 그랬어. 그래서 다 단다 전도 소름 코나 수도지고 코나라 왔어.
And so right now you're only ordinary being, right? Just the ordinary being of hearers, right?
오케이. 다 주마 시당 가서 람가슴 쫑아 요래서 람 쫑아.
So how many parts are there altogether?
No.
Yeah.
All
Altogether in general.
15 right. 람가슴 쫑아로 왔어. 디나라 소치 코나에 가서도 이유라 그랬어.
So among the 15, how many are only ordinary part? Only ordinary part. Means like there's no mix of anything else. Only ordinary. Huh?
No, that took there. 주마 이유라 그랬다. 니.
That's only two.
원래. 니디 촌놈이나 소치에 미찹스 가리면
So
가디
only the hearers, the path of accumulation, and hearers path of preparation are the only two. I mean that's only an ordinary path. The others they can be mixed.
오케이. 대대 제대 된 투로 그러다. 된 투마 좋았어. 단단히 된 투마 좋았어. 니디 촌놈 코레나 소치에 미찹스 가리면 봐라.
So if it is a path of accumulation of the hearers and path of accumulation, the path of preparation of the hearers, then it's necessarily ordinary path.
오케이. 딱 가리면 봐라. 다들 맨 로사치는 메시고 다.
No matter what, it's only ordinary path.
오케이. 주말 남가슴 짱하나라. 파벨람 가세요. 소치람 가세요. 인간에 가세요. 라베나 코카카가 거든.
So among the 15 paths in the future, when you're asked among the 15 paths, how many are only ordinary path? How many are ordinary? Or ordinary and only ordinary. So that's different, okay?
Okay.
And then how many are superior and only superior, like that.
오케이. 제가 단단히 된 투마지. 단단해라서 소치 코나에 니어스. 가리 촌놈 니스.
So that which is only the ordinary path is only two. That's the hearer's path of accumulation and hearer's path of preparation.
오케이. Yes.
So for the solitary realizers, path of accumulation and preparation, when is that superior? When is that not?
The Ranjagi is Tolom and the Kasa Susku Mayan Karayores.
제가 benna nintu 톨람바 가시 기위신이는 전에 라자 졸람 슈르든 요레스. 근데다 들이 졸람데 라자 졸람바데 라자 소체라다 소체만 바바 차다레스.
Like
But
some,
is it I think more confused here?
so later, like when someone who has entered into the path of accumulation, so the path of the hearer's path, and then after that they'll go to path of accumulation, preparation, and path of seeing, and then later by meeting path of seeing or path of meditation, by meeting through some kind of gurus, and from the solitary realizer guru, then they can enter into the solitary path. They're already ordinary, they are already superior beings, right? They have realized selflessness or emptiness directly, and so they are already superior beings. But then now they are entering into the hearer's path. The solitary realizer path, right? And when they are solitary realizer path, so they first start from the path of accumulation of the solitary realizer path, path of accumulation of the solitary realizer path. At that time, you are ordinary being of the solitary realizer path, but you are also superior, from the hearer's path. And therefore, you're ordinary being, but you're not only ordinary beings, because you already also have the realization of the superior path from the hearer's path.
So when we say ordinary and superior, it's within the context of the path of Ram. So here is solitary realizer and bodhisattva. So like the bodhisattva would not would see a superior hearer, but not as a superior being in general. They're only superior on the path of hearers, and they're ordinary on the path of solitary realizers once they progress.
That's 대단한 쉬는 받지 마라.
그래.
대단한 쉬는 받지 그 그런 말하다 가서 ranjagi 수수기의 의미인데 ranjalamla 쉬 마시더라.
예. 대다 쇼데.
So yeah, I mean, it's if you have to enter into the solitary realizer's path. If you are not entering into the solitary realizer's path, then you are not solitary realizer's ordinary being. And just like that, also, when you enter into the bodhisattva path, Mahayana path, then when you are in the path of accumulation, you are ordinary being. You are ordinary being of the Mahayana path.
오케이. 다들 들면 걸 맞춘 적은다. 아니 다 년투도 라자니 돈다 가가 하고 숨어래 다시도 하고 숨어서 년투자도 가림 라자서 가림 하고 숨어서
So you sort of know the etymology, of the heater and solitarizer, right?
Okay.
Why is it called heater? Why is it called solitarizer?
대중만 호흡인다.
So that will be the next homework, okay?
오케이.
Why is it called hero?
Yeah, why is it called heaters and why is it called solitarizer?
What?
Earlier, did you ask if the Skaltantric is considered a hero when they're, what was the question before, if there are superior beings in the hero's path?
I don't know. I don't remember what questions. Okay? 다 대주도 하고 숨어. 아니 다 년투지 세 모두세도 가래.
So what is the clear realization of heater's ground? Clear realization of heater's ground. Nyantugi?
운동선. 어때 대 야만테 말. 랑거 외대 때문에 지대세도 가래. 지대세도 고송하다. 가사 수수지지 얘데 가래나 얘데 수상 레베티가 제다 대시대 자로 그래서.
And so again, when you talk about the basis, right? That serves
Oh
as
my
a basis.
goodness. He's drinking all the water with that. Okay. You did to me, she did it.
So the basis for many good qualities. You understand that, right? Basis for many good qualities.
No. What true like more, Tambo, you did to me, she didn't kind of hackles on it.
Do you understand what does it mean to say basis for the many good qualities? You know what does that mean?
Debra Changi Bena, Mukijamo Trum to Rangan Driver to you did to me, she did invest.
So is your in the morality of abandonment and attendant, which is action within your continuum, is that basis for the many good qualities that are its effect?
Yes, no. Okay, good. 다 지나가지 배나 돈이 또 시합 담에 또 시합때 랑은 되어지 외대도 비시대 invest.
So what about the realization of selflessness within your continuum? Is that a basis for many good qualities that are its effect?
Yes, right. 들어가고 그러다 인집지 연주집을 남찍이 채도고 대당 연대 강간 납초 그래서.
And so it's not only talking about renunciation, right? So all the other good qualities, which can serve as a basis, to produce many good qualities in the future, that's called the basis.
Okay. 다 년두지 응엔도다 년두지 사이 못올라는 갈라오스나.
So what is the clear?
년두지 응도다 년두 소치 못올라는 갈라오스나.
So the clear realization of the hearers and clear realization of the hearers' ordinary beings. What is the difference?
테스트 homework인다 주마. Second homework.
Second homework. Question number 2.
당연히 대시 잡사인다. 대시 소 잡인.
Geshe, he already mentioned the explanation.
년두지 응도다 년두 소치 응도 가가가 임바스.
So the clear realization of hearers and clear realization of the hearers' ordinary beings.
Okay.
Clear
년두지
realization of hearers and clear realization of hearers' ordinary beings.
년두지 응도다 년두 소치 응도라 무슨 가세요.
So hearers, and then the next question is how many possibilities are there to hearers' clear realization and hearers' ordinary beings' clear realization?
How many possibilities between?
Between the clear realization of hearers and clear realization of hearers' ordinary beings.
Okay. It's easy. Got it?
Their research.
No. 왜. 지나도 하고서 년투지 응도도 년투 소치 응도 가가래도 치바래.
So you understand that, right? Clear realization of hearers and clear realization of hearers' ordinary being.
Yeah, I understand.
대니 가가래 왔어.
Those two are different, right?
Yes.
So what does
Yes.
that mean here, the whole category, or?
그래.
Ordinary being is the lower one.
말이 년투지 응도 년투 소치 응도 가가래 왔어.
Like, the hearers' clear realization and the hearers' ordinary beings' clear realization.
You
They're two
understand
different,
that?
right?
Okay.
Superior and hearers category?
I'm just talking 년투라 하지. 강에 제가 년투 소치다 년투 가다 가가 치바래. 년투 소치다 년투 가다나 가가 치바래나. 띠다.
So when you say hearers, as a person, right? Hearers as a person, and ordinary hearers as a person, are they different or same? Hearers and ordinary hearers.
If you're on page 17, if you look at definition 3 and definition 4, those are the two that you're looking at the possibilities between.
Oh, you already found that.
We just went over it, right?
Yeah, you go to, you really mind think one thing, stuck, very easy. Okay. 아마도 부모님은 무슨 말인지 가세요? 아마도 부모님.
So how many possibilities are there between mother and daughter?
David, are you daughter? Are you pomo?
Are you daughter? Are you
Are you mom?
mother?
제자,
So you are both mother and daughter.
제자 아마도 부모님 못 가세요, 저는.
So how many possibilities are there? You know,
Mom.
among mother and daughter.
들어보지. 야,
Four possibilities.
대 리포터들이다. 다 이제 샤도 부모도 아마니가 이거 샤도.
So can you give an example of someone who is both mother and daughter? Deborah.
오케이. 이제 많이 가림 봐.
Someone who is he's neither mother nor daughter.
야, exactly. 하워.
Yeah, Howard.
대학교도,
Joe,
대학교도.
Bob, yeah.
다 부모일 아마만 가림 봤어.
So what about the possibility of being a daughter but not a mother?
That's good. 다 아마일 부모만 가입했어.
So is there a possibility of being a mother but not a daughter?
Yes. 저도 못 가서 듣다. 대 리포터다. This is how you
So how many possibilities?
do it.
3?
Well, you know, it's spontaneous shit.
뭐 대도 지바다. You understand that how they work? Right? 다 년도 소재당, 년도 강사당, 년도 소진이 무슨 말인지 가세요라서.
And now how many possibilities are there like that, right? Like that's example like that. How many possibilities are there between hearers and the ordinary hearers and ordinary hearers?
You got it? No, it's easy that. How you got it? You got it? Okay. 그런데 둘 something 되게 리파야 보신 바그래. 리파리 쇼팽그래.
Yeah, that will help you to increase your wisdom,
Okay?
your logic.
Okay, how many cards you got it?
That's three.
Three.
No, I've got three. Well, if you consider this first one, you know, what, the etymology of pure and solitary realizer, are those two questions?
Yeah,
or one
those one.
question?
Oh,
Okay,
that's one question.
One question. Okay, so that's three.
3. 좋았어.
더 들어가시면
아무도 년도다 아직 다시 찍지.
다시지.
니버들라. What's the second one?
알랭몬도.
Is it clear realization of the hearer's ground?
Aha.
What the question?
Montos. 년도가 saying montos.
What the question?
The number two?
Yeah, number 2.
Number 2.
What is this clear realization of the hearer's ground?
got it.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is, I wrote that down first. It is, what's the difference between a clear realization of hearer and a clear, and the hearer's ordinary being?
Okay.
Yeah, clear realization of hearer's, yeah.
년도기 원도다 년도기 가서 수수기 원도니를 가르쳐 버렸어.
Okay. Then?
And then third question.
How many possibilities between?
Okay. Yeah. Then. Okay, that's good. 다 빠지된 리즈메로. Okay. 근데 다 드린 건 소나무 뭐지? 소나무 드린 건 소나무 로이마다 소나무도 야고 하고 오시 왔어.
So today we just talked about we only talked about path of accumulation. We haven't gone to path of preparation yet, right? So just understand about the path of an accumulation. Don't try to go up to path
Okay.
of preparation now.
소나무 건 되니 가래 임바. 소나무 미 말하고 가서 요와.
So what's the definition of path of accumulation? How many different kind of names are there to the path of accumulation? Only that, right?
아니 소나무데 솔직히 코나 임바로.
And then path of accumulation, is it only an ordinary path or not?
대인비 진세.
Why is it only ordinary path?
대진대도 시험에 오세. 대시행이다. 대 들어가시와 된다야.
So that's the fourth question.
Okay.
So why is the path of
Nindi-
accumulation?
니들 소놈도 소놈 가라했나? 가르쳤네 소식 니들 소식 코나인 거래서.
So if it is why if it is path of accumulation and path of accumulation and path of preparation of hearers, then it has to be only or solely ordinary path.
You understand? Why?
Well, I'm going to disagree already.
Huh?
Okay. I think the answer would be, it can only be ordinary
No, yeah, you can say what, why?
Because if someone could give up the Mahayana path and go back to solitary realize, go back to, Hinayana, you can.
No, but you wouldn't be a Arya being, because there's a point at which you can't go back before.
That's
you-
good, that's good point, good point. Yeah, that's good thinking, yeah. It's good.
Right?
Yeah, there's a path in there's a part in the
How was that?
preparation.
Because making
Preparation for bearance or something.
돈없는 맛 손을 가서 줘야 말이야.
Being.
맞다, 택진 털합니다.
Unrealized emptiness. You realize emptiness directly, you can't unrealize it.
You can erase it, huh? You can't erase it. Huh?
Good. This very good thinking. When they 요 말때 돈없는 맛은 요 말이죠.
Yeah. So once you have achieved the path of seeing, of the Mahayana ground, then there's no way you can come down.
디미당도 남주 대체 손을 리베지 샘질라 세다고 세질라기 와서 세. 만냐마 요 말.
Solom.
손을 리그 세질 세다고 세지.
So once
세제니 짠이요.
like we have like the 22 different examples of the bodhicitta, and so there's one called the bodhicitta like a gold. So the gold always stays gold. So it doesn't change. It cannot be changed. So that's the example given to the middling path of accumulation of the Mahayana path, and that even from there it will not change. It will only go up. Yeah.
Those paths refer to wisdom, and bodhicitta refers to method, and so I think they should be mixed. That's why I don't think that to advance on wisdom, you're going to necessarily advance on. You couldn't, you might be able to not coordinate advance with the method.
다 모라스는 다들 전주쌤 거를 탑교 거를 시거랬어. 셔럽 거를 시거 말했어. 아니 다 탑디 다 야저도는 뜬님도 내가 셔럽도 야저도고요 요 말했어.
아니 강사들이
거도고요 말했어.
강사들이 탑도 사람이 서자스지 말বে.
So isn't it isn't that isn't those two like the method and wisdom are like supporting each other? You have to support each other, right?
나도 대한듯이 따사해 봐. 대한듯이 따사해 봐.
And he said that you can't lose your bodhicitta at the middling level of the path of accumulation.
Yeah.
You can't lose your bodhicitta. So if you have it, then there's no way you would go into the hero's path, even though at that point you're not an Arya.
Isn't that talked about as well, that could happen?
The downfall of losing your bodhicitta.
예, 대가 배현은 열 배현은 니난도 봐지 요 말면 배현
말다
대시.
모라스는 내가 저 전주쌤 끼는 데는 많이 냠배 로규 요 말했어.
열요 대열. 한도 돈을 주어도 냐면 열었어.
Yeah, from maybe the small
Yeah.
small path of accumulation.
대 냠니까 나 상적고 셈다 셈슈 차지. 안에 록다 제네 냠도 열었어.
Yeah, because you lose the courage in bodhicitta, and then you develop wrong faith, wrong.
아니 대화 멤버 신이들한테는 로 열었어.
And then, or you meet with the Hinayana guru, and because of that you get influenced by Hinayana guru, and you give up bodhicitta, and then you enter the Hinayana path.
제가 단다 전화대 시다 초다는다. 대지제 탑신이가 서자스제래. 지 검로 지 강원 로 열었어.
So they are like conjoined with each other, the method and wisdom. So when one goes up, the other goes up too.
나도 연 제대지나 봐. 니네 그 해야지 쓰면 난저 나도 좀 되니 봐. 대다 서자티지 연대가 찍찍 성결했어.
And so all those qualities are, like we talk about the complete aspect, of application, complete aspect application. So when you talk about that, it's all, conjoined with each other. The both method and wisdom are conjoined with each other. Means like when one goes up, the other goes up too.
배차잖아. 단당 안주질라 뺀다. 소미스만 안주질라 뺀다. 다 간지 샤주스면 돈받 간지 다 먹기지 못으면 그 열어 봤어. 제가 안주질라 뺀다. 지금 시릭 로좀 가서 이제 와는 딩 트름도 예전 로고 열었어.
And so right now we have like some kind of vows, right? So we have lay vows or bodhisattva vows or tantric vows, and so so that mind wanting to observe those vows, that's that's the vow, the real vow, right? And so when you have that, and then with that, you only develop other qualities, then you also that becomes, that increases too. So in the same way, like other increases, this increases too. So because they are conjoined with each other.
오케이. 제가 다 안주질라 내차 제다도 야 연대도 성마 대군이 나잖아 이러was. 배나 내차래나 아니 걸고. 내차 가대 걸고다가. 근데 조신하고. 조신 말 나는 그러was. 조직까지 채워드냐 내가 좋은데 인도로 봤어.
Like then with the negative mind, of course, it doesn't work, right? Because they're not conjoined with each other, and when it conjoined with each other, it means like it has to help each other to, increase, or develop, or advance. So like when you talk about the two contradicting minds, like let's say attachment and contentment. Yeah? So when you have a contentment, the attachment doesn't go up, it goes down, right? When you have attachment, the contentment doesn't stay there, it goes down. So those two are like contradicting each other. So those minds are not conjoined, cannot be conjoined with each other. But other minds, other positive minds, when they are conjoined with each other, that means like, one goes up, the other goes up too.
Okay, 다 가서 homework 된다. Do you have homework?
Yes.
Do you remember what's homework?
Well, we were gonna
The-
take another shot at it.
Yeah, come clear, right?
Yeah, so.
아니 다 가서 주제 대진이도 다다나 샘좀 파까오 좀 주제 대진도 돈이 따와대 타와 가르던 것도 뭐래 왜스 내로 타도 그래 왜스 이거 동도 봤어 다 못해
So-
가서 나만 보여 말고 가서 돼 주제 대진도 돈이 때 아니 나만도 이시가 아니 미파야래 내로 타도 야래 데마트마에 라기로 왔어 샘좀에
So now we're talking about, I think this part, right? So where it says, the emptiness that is apprehended and apprehended being empty of being different substances. So that is the ultimate mode of existence, right? That's the ultimate mode of existence, and that's also existing truly, right? So that's the assessed object of the meditative equipoise, of the mind only school.
오케이 다들 좀 그래 데마트나 가르고 그래
And so what is the mistake or fault in that?
데마트나 가르고 그러잖아
Truly exists.
So yeah, exactly. So saying that it's truly existing, so why is it wrong to say it's truly existing? What mistake is there if it exists truly?
It's a thing, and you can't, it's not empty, it's a thing.
Yeah, it is.
You can't understand the truth, you see it's a thing.
그래 가르세
Then what 있나?
아니.
네, 뭐 보인 거랬어.
뭐이나 가르쳐 그래
And if it is a thing, then what is the problem with that?
So then it's different, it lacks, it has a real nature, has a intrinsic nature.
대단한 게 뭐
no that's it okay Bob
I read the arguments
does understand
several times, but I didn't understand.
okay Ian
If it's a thing,
yeah
so we'll rewrite the question.
나 ting이나 가르쳐 나 대버리 랍서서 ting을 차로 ting이나 좀 가르쳐
so because it's a thing, like Deborah said, right?
It's
So
what's
what is the
wrong.
problem if it is thing?
It's a thing, it produces a function, has a function.
what's wrong
So it's
So what's wrong with that?
permanent,
that's what's wrong
So what's wrong being
Permanent.
impermanent?
it's not truly existing.
no that's not correct
But it's saying it's truly existing.
yeah
So
So if it's truly existing, then it has to be thing. That's what he's saying.
before attachment.
do you find
Well, I mean, the argument is then it can't be the object of the meditative equipoise of the, on the learner's path, the path of seeing and path of meditation.
got it
Roger, what?
The Arya's object of meditative equipoise on the learner's
Okay.
path, right?
Uh-huh.
If it's,
ting
yeah, if it's ting, right?
데레베 타와 테르다 타와데레 바비 냠자 이시 첼레미네 고메드와 또 하면 받 쟁볼 미셔스
See, the problem of being thing, is that through meditating on a thing, you will not be able to, overcome the delusions, purify or overcome the delusions.
파발라
So
파바
that's so the Arya beings, when they're meditating, the meditative equipoise, when Arya being meditating, they're meditating on emptiness or selfness or whatever, right? So that meditation has to serve as an antidote, to the delusion. Right? But if
Understand.
they're observing on a thing, then that doesn't serve as an antidote to the delusion. That it will not overcome the delusion. So that's the
Understand.
problem.
가르스나 바비 냠자 이시 응불 냠바자도 냠자 시오라 요르말 응불 냠바자도 냠자 시오마르 왔어
Is there a meditative equipoise, of the Arya being, meditative equipoise of Arya being, focusing on a thing?
We're focused on a thing, we've been in emptiness, we just want to see it as a
No,
real.
so here we're talking about a functional thing, right?
functional.
Not just any kind of thing, but functional thing. So so in general, there is no Arya meditative equipoise, focusing on thing. It has to be focusing on either selflessness or emptiness only.
Right?
Well, I would say you focus on it, but the realization is not that it's the thing, the realization is that it's empty. So
That's
you
not
start off focusing.
The focusing on
냠마샤데.
the korang tokpadi the tongbaniresa, and the mixer di the thing ngoboresa.
What's wrong there, you? No, this is very clear wrong. Pena 간딜로라 잖아. 아니 똥발아 냠마저데 밥이 냠자지 야만나 똥반 야만나 담에 냠마샤마데 양에도 시바르 왔어. 자사 똥반이라 왔어.
So what it has to meditate on, in other words, it is meditating on or focusing or observing is that it is only observing emptiness or selflessness. So if it is a meditative equipoise of Arya, then it has to be a mind that only focuses on an emptiness or selflessness.
Yet.
I would say that you don't start focusing on it because you don't know it, and you're trying to get yourself to have that realization. You can start meditating on anything, but if maybe the Chinamatra, they're saying we have that understanding of the mind and the object apprehended is are the same subjects, maybe they think that's
말.
they think that's the end, so maybe they just stop.
대 자사되어 코 담에라 자기랬어. 응보를 자기만 담에라 자기랬어. 가사가 담에 차라 뭐 콜테 인투라자 강하게 대 자기랬어. 소소소 돈이 라기랬어. 응보를 냠마자데 수치요 말데. 제가 대 야와거든.
So what are you saying, Deborah?
Pena
I think that's as far as you can go and they just stop. I think they've had the most profound understanding of this, and that's all they have to do. I think that's
which one? 서로 샘서 말이야. 샘서 듣다만.
지다마는 샘좀.
샘섬에 주드 대지면 대진 주다 주드만 대지 똥하더라 똥이 라기 그랬어. 내 똥이 라기 그랬어. 타와 땅에도 타와 가린다고 그래. 주다 주드면 참 대지 똥이 때 아니 이게 법이냐지 자자야래 대바트 봐야 레들라 그러고 샘섬에
For here, what you have to understand is that we're talking about the meditative equipoise of Arya being. Yeah,
Okay.
meditative equipoise of Arya being means like Arya being who is meditating on something. The Arya being who is meditating, when they're meditating, what are they meditating on? It has to be either selflessness or emptiness. There cannot be anything else than that. So why are they meditating on selflessness or emptiness? Is to overcome the delusion, right? So the only way to overcome delusion is either by meditating on emptiness or selflessness. And here, according to the Chidamatan, in a school, it says like here, the emptiness that is apprehended and apprehended being empty of being different substances, that's their emptiness. So that's the emptiness according to the Chidamatan school, right? And when they are meditating on that, they are meditating on emptiness. And that is the observation or focus of the Arya being also. Arya being on a meditative equipoise. That's clear, that's true. The only problem is that they say that is also existing truly.
오케이 다 대마도 좀 응보 차도 와서 응보나 가려나 kelami bidwa tawa mego this kelanga
so then what's the problem of being truly existent is that if it is truly existing, then it has to be a thing. And if it is a thing, then you can't purify delusions by observing on a thing.
대 샘섬에 대 kelanga 샘섬에 타와도 조금 말해서 고미트와 타와 매바다 징보이 메시다 고미트와 매바다 지실 뭐 차바 맞으려 그랬어. 제대로 그 kelanga
So this is according to the Savatantika Madhyamika view. Okay. If you say this thing to the Chidapada school, they have no problem. They say, yeah, it is a true existence. Yes, it is a thing, and it is you can purify negativities or obscurations by focusing on a thing. Mindfulness school will say that. There's no problem. The problem comes, when it goes according to Savatantika Madhyamika's way, because Savatantika Madhyamika way doesn't accept the truly existence.
제가 저런 게 쇼는 저 대마트만이 라고도 왔어. 대마트만은 뭘 거로 왔어.
So so according to your school, right? According to the Chidamata school, the Quran, the Semsambal, right? Semsambal, the Taveshi Jetsun.
Jetsun 뭘 거로 되잖아, 왔어.
So according to the Savatantika, the mindfulness school, if it exists truly, then it has to be a thing.
Jetsun나 대마트 거도 왔어.
Demodono just to go.
아,
Just to
대만은
go away.
응보인 거로 왔어. 저랑
So
켈레.
if it exists truly, it has to exist substantially. If it exists substantially, then it has to be a thing.
응보나 곰데 들어왔다 하면 저랑 켈레도 왔어.
And then if it is if it is a thing, then by meditating on that, you will not be able to purify negativities. That's your exception. I mean, that's your assertion, right?
제가 그 켈레만나 중고보이면 저도 고타와 응보나 잡아 마셔 이나이들라 그라 그랬어.
And so if you don't accept that, if that is not your assertion, saying that by meditating on a thing you will not purify negativities, then you can just say, oh yeah, it's not necessarily like that. But that's their assertion.
다대원나 심마 마르나 아니 제수스면 내림 타도 많이 받다. 심마 마르나 제가 뭐 많이 받다. 응보 일하나 아니 조수스면 내림 타도 많이 받다. 지금 보러 왔어.
And so then if you say if it is yes, it is a thing. Then if it is a thing, then isn't it the ultimate mode of existence? Because it is a thing. If it's a thing, it cannot be an ultimate mode of existence.
You understand how they work? 그러나 그 봐줘 개말이나 그걸 타와당사 요 말에.
So if the other person doesn't accept, then you can't debate on that.
제가 그 yes what?
So basically, the mind-only school thinks that their emptiness is a truly existing emptiness, and the middle way says that their emptiness is not a truly existing emptiness. So that's the issue that Madhyamika has with the students, because they're still holding on to true existence.
그리고
그래서 샘sam하게 다 동반이디 동군도 샘sam의 동니디 때 가서 데버트 버렸어 버렸어. 안에 랑주버기 동니디 때는 데버트 많이 쓰 버렸어. 뒤녀가 뒤려서.
요로 대말에. 시다 대들 날라거든. 요로 대말에. 순수 때문에 되지 돈이 덴바트미 대치나 노르데 그래서. 저랑 덴바트나 니보나 아니 니보네들 찾아 말면 저랑 켈랭도 왔어.
데버트는 뭐 보면 또 켈레데 샘삼 켈레.
그래서 저랑 켈랭도 왔어. 다 아니 대나 니보 찬도 니보나 닐룸 토티 마마 찬도도 아니 대라 고메도 마마 찬도도 왔어.
So no, this is accepted by mind-only school. So mind-only school says, so there are, the emptiness of this, the apprehender and apprehender being different substances, is their emptiness, right? So if that is the ultimate mode of existence, and that is existing truly, and so they say that if it is existing truly, then it has to be a thing, and that's what they accept too. And then if it is a thing, then by meditating on that. By meditating on a thing, you will not purify the negativities. It's accepted by them too. Because they accept all this, that's why there is this problem.
The question was from the Madhyamika's point of view, right?
Correct. What did the Umar Anjubi toner was?
오말 니 저바는 가지. 타와데 오마에 파던 게. 샘조마다.
What did
저바데.
Between mind-only and middle way.
예야.
Yes.
샘조마다 오마원이 또 이야기로 왔어.
Yes. Middle way and mind only. Yeah.
The middle way's answer would be, your emptiness is still true existence according to us, because you believe that your emptiness is...
No. 와서 말해. 저는 켈랭도 왔어.
No. According to the mind only school. According to mind only school, mind only school's emptiness is existing truly. According to mind only school.
그
The middle way that says, you guys see your emptiness is truly existing, that's the flaw.
Non. 다 그도 디디 껴내서 그랬어.
저한테
집에 껴내서 그랬어.
오마를 껴내 봐. 저한테 아니 데마트와이라 근데 왔어. 데마트는 제스트고 그랬어.
말다 데모토버 해서 껴 통과하더라.
데마트와이도
랑주버 껴 통과라.
그러면 껴 통과했어. 저한 데마트와이 껴내서.
Yeah, so mind only and the middle way school is saying that, mind only school saying that the emptiness is existing truly is a wrong.
That's the answer the middle way says is,
That's right. Yes.
you guys see this as truly existing.
그나저도 여러랬어요. 좀 되게 말았어.
그렇지 중이 말든. 다그 말년에 껴내오래. 저한테 데마트는 제스트고.
So that part, only the middle way school sees as a wrong. Is wrong, but mind only school doesn't see that's a wrong.
But this question was from the middle way.
Yes.
The reason why I got confused was saying that it's a thing, therefore it's not suitable to abandon the belief.
But that is accepted by them.
Yeah. But the only reason why that confused me because the definition of thing is that which produces that which performs a function.
Yes.
So when I think thing, the word thing automatically equates to impermanence.
Uh-huh.
So there's uncompounded phenomena meaning generality, which is permanent but also does not exist truly.
Yes.
So that's why I thought when you say because it's a thing, there are permanent phenomena you could meditate on that would still not abandon delusion because they're not existing truly.
But we're talking about Aryas on the path of seeing, so they wouldn't use a meaning generality
ngobosera. Da ngobo기 되네 다디 ngobosera 된 건조 다 다디 가서 동번이다 ngob어렸어 그랬어.
동반이 콩이 뭐 많이 나오다. 가르쳐 제드는 덴바트 정도 왔어.
이는 동번이들 제스도 버렸어 말해.
제다 안에 코 담을 데스바이 많이 일하고 말아 왔어.
근데
덴바트 제스도 많이 나오다. 다 제가 제드나 덴바트는 제스 좀 거래. 제스나 안에 제식 차원도 그래. 대신에 뭐 차원도 이게 뭐는 제가
거랑에다 거의 라들 갈아요. 거의 가지고 저 덴바트 왼바 탔으네. 인스는 얘는 제스도 왼바 탔으네.
다 코테 뇨라 다데 코뇨라 이제 제가 제스 좀 해봤다 시실라나나 제가 덴바트 와 말이야. 제가 덴바트나 제스 저거야 제가 계획 도왔어. 다데 고 계획 나가 일래 그럴까지. 샘샘일라 안에 제스 좀다 가르쳐 줄 찬스 양도 좀 달로 달어.
Okay, so maybe then you should find out what is existing substantially. See, like the mind-only school says the emptiness. In mind-only school, there's the empty of being different substances. That emptiness, is existing truly, but it is not existing substantially. So, but again, mind-only school says if it exists truly, then it has to exist substantially. Whereas the emptiness, in the case of emptiness, they're saying it exists truly, but it does not exist substantially. If it exists substantially, then it has to be a thing. And if it is a thing, then it can't, purify negativities by focusing on it.
다 저왕이 저 저와시 많이 다. 다들 도바체나 세당 우보에 첼라미네 곰베트와 타와 요차 요 메고 그러면서.
So if it is a thing, is it necessary to not purify negativities or obscuration by meditating on it?
Yes, no.
If it is a thing, is it necessary to not purify obscurations by meditating on it?
Yes. Is the word no.
Yes, ro. 나도 샤조 샘 고말하는 디바타요 말이야.
So by meditating on bodhicitta, can't you purify obscurations?
Root like me, not root. I'm not talking about root. Any negatives go away?
Yes.
No.
You can serve as an antidote temporarily, but it's not going to.
That's again, the discussion was any obscuration.
Yeah, the word any, so yes.
샤운타와 지 꼬라체와 니 나도 너마데가 되는 소는 소 사고 말 디바 타고 말이야.
디바는 디바 가샤오나.
알레 가지 다 가지 뇽모 타고 말이야.
아니 뭐 다른 말.
알레 다 드바 타면 돼 랍쇼다. 드바는 랍쇼야. Okay, who's
전주 쌤 겁네 디바다 요 말아.
who's 샤조 샘 고말데 드바 타와 요데 메.
So by meditating on bodhicitta, can you purify obscurations or not?
Yes.
Yes, you can purify.
When you say
Purify
or
means
eliminate.
Eliminate.
No.
Eliminate.
No.
매바치하다 다바치하다 같이.
가지 초다 요데 메 초다 요입니다.
Make it lessen.
Make less.
Make it less.
Make less, yes.
초다요.
근데 드바
자는 매바서요 말.
드바 타 그래.
뿌라 다바쳐요 말 서로 컨스나. 매바
뿌라 타고 말 반나 샤섬 돈을 몇 돈이 고말네 드바
디바 장스는 가서다. 디바 장스는 디바 다바.
타말 저 때도 막 초르단 되게다. 때도 초르단 되게 가지. 때도 초르단 되게다가 다 요래 가지.
자동화로 말하다.
간지 간도 라파 둘로 다 열어요 말다. 둘로 간도 라파는 다 열어 봤어.
So can you wash away the dirt when you wash the cloth? Can you wash away
간지
dirt
이즈 맞아왔지 치치보고 둘로 다 열어.
without using a soap?
Yes, no. 제가 사면에 다 넣었어.
Even shaking it, you can
제가 다 넣었어.
So you can be purified.
purify.
제가 삼도 다 열었어.
Lesson is different than purify.
No,
Purify
to
means
glory
not-
diba 다바다 되는 가서 녀몽이 디바 다바니 가.
그래서 다 해가지고 그 매화차나 다 넣으러 왔어. 간지.
So
총차나.
it has a different level, right? Different level. So the certain level gets purified, certain level gets eliminated, right? When you divide the delusion into like 3 different levels, like small, great, small, middling, and great, right?
Okay. Do you understand? More confused?
Great.
How? 제 세당 안에 가진 것보다 콜라면에 너무 타고 여스 가지. 드바 타고 여스. 이는 법이 냠자식 들어도 간 법이 냠자식 이거 뭘 미고 말았어. 미사카라 야마나 다음에 야마나 돈이 뭐 이거 뭘 미되게 매웠어. 법이 냠자식 이거 뭘 미네 곰대 요 말았어. 이거 뭘 미되 고 곰고 말해. 냠자 시작만.
tinyor shiga mara ngobol migas and then ngobol mina then ko dibata yobes yobes then mexico la
매선 법이 냠자 매선.
tila tijene then yoro ngora man chigi
야.
ngobo ime then yoro mara
제장 민이 가사 민이 채워지. 난주 민이 채워 예스. 야나 샤셈 법이 냠자. 법이 냠자식 첼레민이 고메 들어도 매스. 간에 첼레 미와 매우시 법이 냠자식 이거 뭘 냠자든 시스지 매우시.
so like the Arya's meditative equipoise cannot or cannot purify negativities by focusing on a thing.
가르잖아. 이거 뭘 냠자든
Why? Why?
이거 뭐 곰대. 이거 뭐 곰대 냐자바지 매우시.
Because they don't focus on a thing at all.
Definition, they don't focus.
So they don't focus on a thing. So therefore, how can they purify negatives by focus on a thing, right? Because they don't focus on thing at all. That's what it means.
나도 제야 요랬어. 나도 샤줍선 뭐 꼬라 제는 것도 들어왔다 요랬어.
So we can purify, we can purify negatives by focus on a thing. We, right, ordinary beings like me and you, we ordinary beings can do that. But the meditative equipoise, the Arya, cannot. The reason is because they don't even focus. They don't focus on thing at all. They only focus on either emptiness or selflessness.
You understand?
That would be, wait, they only focus on selfless, so that would be purifying.
Because they realize the emptiness directly, that's why, yeah.
What is that, Devra, what is that?
Well, you say they only focus on selfless or?
Yeah,
Selflessness or emptiness.
Depending on the second art.
Right?
Say that again, I'm just
밥이 냠자바. 야무나 돈발라 냠바이. 돈이라 냠바자. 야무나 니 돈라 냠바자.
The
야무나
meditative equipoise of Arya being, of meditative equipoise of superior being, only focuses on either emptiness or selflessness.
오케이. 니 텔라거든. 첼라미는 법이 그래서 법한테 냠자바 고고 그래서.
And so here, it's talking about the Arya, the meditative equipoise of the Arya being, which focuses only on either emptiness or selflessness, right? And therefore, saying that it can purify negativities by focusing on a thing doesn't exist because it doesn't focus on a thing at all.
얘 샤줍선 공부러왔어. 텔레비 녀바 다 그러와.
So otherwise, yeah, the bodhisattvas, if it's Arya bodhisattva, Arya bodhisattva will have bodhicitta, right? So with that, will purify the negativities.
샤줍 제타바도 공부러왔어. 바시 죽이냐면 제가러왔어. 제타바.
So like Arya, Arya beings, are not on a meditative equipoise, but on a post-meditative equipoise, Arya being, they, practice generosity, they practice, other 6 perfections and
Okay.
purify negativities.
Do you understand a little bit
Meditate
different
by
that?
doing that, right?
Okay, this is the thing about it, okay? Okay, now we stop here. Take, what's that? Homework got it, right? Yeah, still not finished. 제가 가지고 시다 장루데 마시 아니 가주도 야요 양중은 줄로 되지 제기.
So we go through through our system, and then we come back to others' opinion, and then go through those kind of debates again.
다당가도 가도 디벨 하야 된다. 덴베도 라이얼 미신 하야 돼. 덴베도 라이얼 미신 하야 돼. 덴베도 라이얼 미신 하야 돼.
데베토 뭐 라이얼 미고.
아.
가데 돼.
오마베. 다다 셈도 못
가데
가도.
테바다 데 마.
오마베 테바신의 진의 돼.
And so this is the unreasonableness, right? Of the mind-only schools. And now we still have to go through the reasonableness of the middle way schools. Yeah.
오케이, 사주 부지. More confused.